Now going ahead, if you talk for that chemistry further, so there are many type of chemistry branches which has been studied in detail time on time basis. So like one of the organic chemistry, that organic chemistry is nothing but basically is a study of the carbon and hydrogen, that is called hydrocarbons. In inorganic chemistry, except carbon and hydrogen, we will study other elemental reactions and their mechanism transformation, that will be inorganic. Analytical chemistry basically related to your measurement and all. Then physical chemistry is a transformation in the state of matter. Then the energy changes, all those study will do in physical chemistry. Biochemistry basically related to your organic things, living beings, about their physical transformation in living being, that will study in under branch of biochemistry. So going ahead now, since we are talking that, so we discussed already many studies have been happened in past. So there have been many theories has been derived. Based on that, some theories we would like to discuss here with all of you, and then later on step by step we'll go ahead for that, like atoms, atomic structure, and the electronic configuration, all those things. So what is basically chemistry? Already we know is a study of matter and all these properties. So before that, study this in scientific pattern, the theories were given by some of our Greeks. So all those study came from Greeks. So Greeks were that they are noble in that ancient time. They are noble peoples who used to do many type of aesthetic ornaments, like making of certain glasswares with the help of many small items. Those Greek people, they said those small particles called tiny particles. So tiny particles basically, those tiny particles were made up, and they will make with those, using tiny particle they will make certain items. So they don't give any special name, but they said these are some tiny particles which is available in the universe, which is used for that making of universe. Later on, and this was well accepted for long many years, till that evolution of Doctor and our great scientist Dalton, and this, that's why Dalton, who the scientist, first scientist, he gave their own interpretation about that those tiny particles in 1808. He studies and published many things in terms of like uh, atom. This tiny particle basically is atom. He gave the name atom, and after he studied, and then these atoms are small, indestructible, and indivisible particle. Means these atoms cannot be divided and cannot be broken into small particle, and these are the building block of that. Atoms will be the building block. Atoms, the building block of any matter. Basically, matter means that matter includes your solid, liquid, gas. These are basic three types are there. So this is one thing he has finded out with these studies. And second thing, what he gave concept of that, these this matter, or you can say any element, that element consists of atom, and those atoms whatever they are available in any element, that are all are identical. So for example, in element 1, if there are 100 atoms, those all are identical. Similarly, in case of element 2, whatever atoms are available in element 2, all are identical. But the atoms available in element 1 cannot be similar with the element 2. This is the one study he did it, and then based on that it was well accepted during that period, and it was about 100 years all scientists were accepted, and it was that one of the initiation in that area of further improvement and development and study in the area of chemistry. After about 100 years, uh, J.S. Thomson's theory came, and this J.J. Thomson is another scientist who basically discovered this electron. He discovered electron. So And how he discovered he seen some fruit having the plum and pudding. Plum is basically mass, and pudding is that the seeds. Like seeds are embedded in that particular mass. Like classical example is your watermelon, tarbuja. So in that tarbooj having watermelon have seeds which are embedded in the mass of that particular watermelon. So similarly, what he said that no, this he contradicted his Dalton statement. He said no, atom can further be divided into small particles, and one of the particle is having what he discovered electron, and the electron is embedded in that particular mass, and that's why, and this electron having negative charge, like your plum and pudding model. So this discovery happened in around 1904. Before the prior to this study, he discovered electron, which is happened in 1897. Right. So going ahead, we would like to also request you, if anybody having any doubt or question, any time, any moment of time, he can post it. We will try to answer it, and also you can give a suggestion what type of you need that lectures, so we can make it accordingly from future onwards. Thereafter, fourth theory came, Rutherford theory. This Rutherford is one of the scientists. He also did lot of the study, and he gave his theory in 1911. So 1911, what is this theory? Basically based on nuclear model. So since J. Thomson was already said, yes, it can be atom can be divided further in terms of electron. Similarly, Rutherford along with Chadwick also started working in the same period. Thomson, Rutherford and Chadwick worked together in parallel, and they gave theories accordingly. So Rutherford gave that yes, electrons, what Thomson is telling, that it is having negative charge. Similarly, some more atoms are available, some more particles are available in particular atom which having positive charge, and those positive charge particles are called proton. Positive charge species are particles called proton, and these are available in nucleus. So what did you mean nucleus? The nucleus were discovered basically that time, and terminology was given, and based on that nuclear model came. Means that atom having nucleus, in nucleus there is a positive charge, and electrons were embedded in across that positive charge. And what, how number of electrons, how much number of electron available in particular atom is equals to number of proton available in that particular atom. Same time, he also said yes, there is some neutral charge particles will also available, and that were later on were called neutrons. So those neutrons were neutral charge, and along with proton they were also available in the nucleus. That's why this model is called nuclear model. Next, so this is study up to about electron, proton, neutron. So all you know, electron discovered by J. Thomson, proton by Rutherford, and neutron by that Chadwick. In the same period, they work together. Now, going ahead, there is another theory called Bohr's atomic theory. So Bohr theory, he same time he planetary model, like sun is in the middle and the planets are revolving around the sun. Same time this proton and neutron were available in the nucleus, and the electrons are revolving around that, the proton and neutron, in a particular orbit. That orbit having the discrete energy, they are having fixed energy. When electrons are moving from first orbit to second orbit, then they, after absorbing certain energy, when you going ahead from higher energy state to lower energy state, they will lose the energy. That energy will come in the form of electromagnetic radiation. This is basically your planetary model. Later on, Heisenberg uncertainty, then Einstein, then quantum mechanical model will also came, and they came and discovered many other parts of that chemistry, and they gave the wave-like movement. So this type of zigzag movements are there in their atom. Then quark theory came. He said no. He said again that this electron proton can further be divided in small particles. Those particles were called quark, and these are finest particle in the world. This discovery happened in 1960. So this is the latest discovery. This is a basic introduction about the chemistry and therefore their development till the date. What we will do it in next lecture, we'll go in detail about the atoms, molecules, how they combine, and then basic study, followed by their electronic transitions and other studies. So here we would like to say thank you, and we would have some queries and questions from you and about the next lecture. Thank you.